you guys grew up around technology.
Yeah, and because of the easy access of the socials, it makes us question a lot of things. I don't like myself for who I am. I don't like my body. I don't like, some people are like, I don't like my gender.
Those moments where you're in a dark place and you're able to get out of something like that on your own, you need to give yourself credit.
This can be the last day living. You know, I don't want to risk that factor of hurting you. So that's why I didn't do anything. But despite that, the reason I was good at the end of it was because of you.
I'm just a little emotional because I'm really sorry you went through that by yourself.
But I wasn't by myself.
I know, but
I had you the entire
honey,
time.
I had no idea. There's no other strength like getting yourself out of a dark place alone. Welcome back, everyone, to Pain to Power. I am so excited for today's episode because we have so many conversations together that is so full of value that I always think of, man, I wish there was a camera on us recording us, because I think the world really needs to hear the conversations that you and I have between, you know, mom and son, parent and child. Like, it's incredibly important. And I don't think there's enough people out there that expresses themselves and you hear both sides of the spectrum, right? Especially together. And so today, and like I said, we're going to have plenty of episodes. So I want to cover as much stuff as we can, obviously. So today I would love to kind of go over, you and I were having a conversation the other day about your, experience with other friends in your high school and the mental health. Yeah.
It's kind of getting itchy. Can we take
the
them off?
headphones? Oh, you don't want to use headphones?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, we can take them off. Okay, cool. Much better. You comfortable?
Yeah, no.
Good? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Awesome. So I know you and I had a very important conversation about, the mental health today with your friends at school, and you're a sophomore to give, everyone to know what grade you're in. But I don't know if you want to just cover a little bit about the conversation we're having about mental health today. Like, what do you think is going on and what the kids are going through?
I think it's a struggle regardless of what age you are, but especially now, it's a lot bigger than it should have been. Okay, so like past generations, a lot of my teachers are I don't understand anxiety or with the students struggling with all these issues because we didn't have that back then. And the biggest issue is the social media platforms. So I haven't had Snapchat since elementary, and I haven't had TikTok since last year. I deleted it. And then Instagram, I don't even use Instagram. I only download Instagram so I can look at cat memes you send me. And then I have them all over my For You page. It's just cat memes. So that's really the only thing I use socials for. Other than that, it's a distraction. There's no need for it because I don't really like the attention. A lot of people love the attention, and that's their satisfaction of oh, these people are liking my photos, these people are viewing my stories, this is how I'm happy. And that's an unhealthy way of seeing the world, because that's not how it is in real life. You're not gonna have random people in the street asking for photos or giving you likes or viewing your story in real life. It's just, we're all human at the end of the day, and there's no need for socials. I mean, unless you want, it depends on your career. If you're obviously trying to get your name out there, if you're obviously a photographer or a movie star or a TV star.
Yeah, I mean, I use my socials to build my businesses.
Yeah, but that's you.
Right.
It benefits you.
Yeah.
For us, it just gives us anxiety and a lot of insecurities.
Right. Because their comparison, right, is the thief of happiness. Yeah. And that's one of many issues that your generation's facing. I mean, I'm the last generation. I'm a millennial. I'm the last generation that grew up before technology and then after technology. So I got to see and experience, and I'm so thankful for it, that I got to experience life without technology. And then obviously after,
So you have a mix of both.
I do have a mix of like the older traditional ways of living, and then afterwards more, I guess, I don't know what you call it, modern, but your generation, it's so tough because you guys grew up around technology.
Yeah, and because of the easy access of the socials, it makes us question a lot of things. So question ourselves in many aspects on, I don't like myself for who I am. I don't like my body. I don't like, some people are like, I don't like my gender. And they question their sexualities because of the easy access on that. And especially in TV shows, like on Disney, it's all these couples, and the kids see it and it implants in their brain, and it makes them question themselves. And
you're talking about like sexuality, same gender. Yeah,
because it's implanted in their brains since kids. So I didn't really have technology growing up, so like I think that because I wasn't
I think I was also extremely broke, and it's true. And, you know, you and I was renting rooms. We were sleeping in the same bed and room for many, many years. I mean, you didn't even get your own bed and room until I think you were probably around 10. Really, that's when I got my first apartment. I think we were renting rooms, moving every 3 to 6 months, and we owned was a mattress and some toys, right? I hardly had a TV. If we watched movies, it was on my laptop, you know, so I couldn't really give that to you anyways, which I'm really thankful.
No, it was beneficial. You helped me a lot. And because of the struggle that you had, it helped me want to push myself in every aspect. And just obviously you're my motivation in every aspect, so I just try to better myself in that way because of you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I kind of want to go back a little bit to what you just said right now about like social media and people like comparison. I know you've also mentioned about even dating is really hard for you. And just to make it really clear, you guys, he's 17. Okay. So he definitely does have experience in wanting to date girls and all the things, right? And you're such a charmer, and you're very intelligent, and you're extremely handsome, and you're fit, and you're healthy, and you're athletic. I mean, I could keep going.
You can go all day.
So I understand that the girls see that you are different, and you have such a good head on your shoulders.
Especially the older women, they see. They see you.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah. But I know it's been really hard for you to, you know, find a girlfriend. Do you want to touch base on that? I know that ties in with the mental health that you're seeing, and with, I'm not gonna say your friends, but acquaintances, like, you know, your classmates at school and all the things. So I don't know if you want to open up a little bit more about that.
So I still haven't had a girlfriend yet, and that's for many reasons. I was in love with one girl, but it was very unhealthy. And the reason so is because we depended on each other for happiness. And that's an issue. You can't have that. You have to love yourself first, and obviously commit to the other person. And then you can love them with, the biggest thing for a relationship is mutual respect. If you have mutual respect, you can give me loyalty, you can give me love, and you can give me support. And those 3 key things, plus communication, obviously, because you respect them, right? So all those key factors is what builds a relationship, but it's so hard to find someone like that. But a lot of people, they depend on their partner for happiness, and it's a very toxic trait, because if you depend on that person so much, and let's say something bad happens and you guys end up breaking up, then you're just in that depression state for so long and you can't get out of it. So you try to go towards things to cope for it, and that can be in many aspects. That could be technology, that could be substances, that can be other relationships, that can be, it could be a lot of things. There's obviously a way you can cope that isn't healthy.
Right.
Addiction's a very big thing. So
it's so unbelievable when you come home and you tell me all these stories about your friends at school that are addicted to something, or they're doing drugs, and That's so, because when I was in high school, I don't remember.
It's because of the easy access. It's really easy to get it now.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Now you
don't
got plugs and
remember
they coming to your house.
plugs.
Saying, yeah, you can say like, I'm here, I'm outside, I got 5 minutes, like I'll be there.
Wow.
So you got plugs, like you got easy access.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's gotten much easier apparently because
Yeah, and then you got plugs at school.
At school that are in school.
I will admit I am friends with some plugs, but like obviously I don't hang out with them or anything. But like I know them, like they're nice people, they're kind, but they're just trying to make a living, obviously. Because like
make a living, they're students.
Okay, can I finish? Okay, sorry. The reason so is because a lot of their families struggle, so that's a way that they help their parents pay for the bills. Obviously, despite all the things that these kids are doing, they all have good hearts, and I haven't met a single soul there who has hatred in their heart. All of them are just in pain, and we cope in different ways. So a way that I would cope was weed. I struggled with that for 2 years. I've been on and off it. You've also obviously caught me. And
I always catch you.
Yeah, because you know though. But like, I thank you for catching me every time, because when I feel like I'm getting too into it and it's messing me up mentally, I feel this empty void. Like I feel very empty inside. And every time it gets bad, that's when you come in. So I see it as like God has a plan for everything. So his plan was for you to protect me and protect my mental health, obviously, and just protect I don't know, me, because I am you. Like I'm an image of you. So like I want to be my best self in that way, but I am sorry for keep going back to it. But it's a very unhealthy trait to have substances to avoid all those problems, because we got to face it.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time I got caught, I was on it for like a year, and you finally...
Before I caught you, you were on weed for a year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first time I knew that.
So I was on it for a while, because I was struggling with a lot of mental issues. And once I did get off it, you told me you have to sit in it. And I didn't know what you meant. You have to sit in your emotions, but you can't let it bring you down. Just because you sit in it doesn't mean you have to stay there.
Right.
It depends what you do after. So I didn't know what you meant at first, so obviously I had anger towards you. And once I did, for the first day after that, I was spiraling. Because since I was on a substance, it made me numb to a lot of things. So it made me numb to all my emotions. So once I did get off it, everything hit. And it hit really hard. And I was crying. I was bleeding. From my nose. So I was crying that hard. My entire bathroom floor was covered in blood, and the entire bathroom
was that
toilet.
at our last apartments?
Yeah, at Center Point.
I remember when I was cleaning your bathroom, I noticed that there was a lot of... I knew you had a bloody nose, but
that was very dramatic because of that. All my emotions hit.
I didn't know that was the reason. I just knew, because ever since you were a little boy, you always had like nosebleeds. It was like
because the weather changed. If it was too hot, if it was too cold.
So I figured that, oh my gosh, did it come back? Like,
no,
but it never happened after that.
Yeah, no, I spent a good like hour and a half cleaning everything. It was bad.
Well, I still found it.
And a lot of it was stained. No, I'm telling, like it was bad. Like,
no, honey, well, I can
because
see
I don't
why.
want you to worry about it, and also
I know,
because.
But we've talked about this before, and thank you for sharing that. Like that's new news for me. But the fact that you're opening up and being vulnerable is incredibly important.
Just ask me anything, and I'll give you an answer.
No, I definitely appreciate that. It does. I'm gonna be honest. It does sadden me a little bit, just because, like, I know I could have been there for you, and I know it's taken some time for us to... I'm gonna cry. Sorry. I'm just a little emotional because I'm really sorry you went through that by yourself.
But I wasn't by myself.
I know, but
I had you the entire time.
I had no idea.
And but that was my issue, and that was something that I had to fix. You were there for me before, after, and in between. Yeah, but because I had you, it didn't get worse.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had the chances to do a lot worse than weed. Yeah. Just to cope with everything, but I didn't, because I didn't want to risk the fact that, oh, this can be the last day living. You know, I don't want to risk that factor of hurting you. So that's why I didn't do anything. But despite that, the reason I was good at the end of it was because of you. And you understood. Well, and when I opened up to you about how I felt in every aspect, you didn't get upset at me. You spoke to me and you said, thank you for telling me this. And you supported me.
Yeah. Well, and also too, honey, and I thank you for thanking me, but you also need to be proud of yourself because you were able to get out of that on your own as well.
And it builds character.
And you were aware enough to be able to be like, this is wrong, and I need to do something about it. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that has to take accountability for your own behavior and actions, and you know this. And I'm very proud of you for that, and I hope, well, just in general, I'm very proud of you in general. But those moments where you're in a dark place and you're able to get out of something like that on your own, you need to give yourself credit for that. So I know you're thanking me and all the things, but it was also you getting yourself out of that. So I want to highlight how important that is, because there's no other strength like getting yourself out of a dark place alone. It's like my show's name, Pain to Power, right? So keep that in mind, and you have that strength, and I'm so happy to hear that you do have that. And I've known you've had that. I guess I didn't realize the extent of how long you're going through that without me knowing. I thought it was something new when I first caught you. So, and obviously since then you've been in and out of that. And before, I forgot where I was going earlier, but what I was saying earlier was it took us some time to gain and build each other's trust. And as a parent, I didn't understand that. Because,
but I'm thankful for it. Because I'm thankful for it because if it wasn't for that situation, then we wouldn't have the bond that we do now. And every time that I am obviously caught, it makes us stronger in the relationship.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's an opportunity. Not that I like to catch you.
Yeah, no,
I really prefer you to come to me.
There's definitely benefits to it. Yeah, I know. I have to be more honest towards that.
Yeah, and I trust that you're gonna tell me like the experience that when you got drunk that one night, and the next day you're hungover. Yeah, and I knew something was off.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
I'm sure it was.
not the throwing up part. Okay. I don't like that. So ever since that,
that's what happens.
Yeah,
when you drink a little too much and your body's not used to all the alcohol.
A little too much. I was on an empty stomach too.
And you were mixing.
Yeah. Well, mixing doesn't really do anything.
Yes, it does.
Because if you drink more,
yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I drank a little. I had like at least like 25 shots.
No, you
like
didn't,
20.
Jordan. That's not okay. You can get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. I threw up like 9 times.
Well, that's called a hangover. Yeah.
I don't like it. No, but like the food is amazing. The food is amazing. Though. I won't lie about that.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
So I see why some people do it, but it's not worth it.
No.
Not throwing up. And then I was very depressed the next day.
Yeah,
you just feel that empty void. Yeah, it's a downer. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of substances are downers and uppers, but it's an issue when you use it to try to get out of something and avoid something, because you're running away from the fear of acceptance of whatever you're going through. Yeah, so that's why we do acceptances or the stupid stuff that we do.
No, I get that. But I was very proud of you that day when you told me, like, hey, Mom, I'm not feeling good. Did you tell me you had a hangover? I just remember you saying that you didn't feel good. And I'm like,
I sat you down first. I'm like, please don't be mad at me. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was like, my heart was pounding. I'm like, oh my God, all the most terrible thoughts were going through my head. Yeah. I was, are you okay? That's the first thing as a parent. Like the first thing that comes to our mind is, are you okay? Like,
no, I was good. You're worried about me. You weren't mad. You weren't upset.
Yeah.
Even if I made you scared right there.
Yeah.
But at least I was a good drunk,
Well, also you were with good friends.
Oh yeah, and I was really the only one drinking.
They were taking care of you. And I know your friends, and I'm really thankful. Your friends are basically my sons. They're at my house every weekend, so I know them so well. I've known them for years and years now. So I knew you were also in good hands, but like
Still.
Still.
You don't want to hear from your son, oh, I got blacked out drunk.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You know, especially knowing that I was home and you were out, and again, the trust thing.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, if I am being honest right now, that was my first party, like high school party wise.
I cannot believe there's adults there and they were allowing you to drink like that. That's
they were all inside. Yeah.
Oh, that pisses me off so much.
And that was my first time getting drunk alone.
Alone, but you were with your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant like alone because you were with your
like
friends,
just
but they
with
weren't
friends.
drinking.
Yes,
Got it.
just with friends.
Ay. Okay.
But like, I can handle it. That's a Spanish blood in me.
No, don't use that as an excuse.
That's a Spanish blood in me. I handle it.
No.
And I pulled myself together. I was good.
Okay.
I saw all these other people throwing up like at first, and I was helping them out. But no, it wasn't like a lot of people, obviously. But like there was like a little line to the bathroom, and like I helped them out. And then I got home, and then I passed out in the car on the way there. And then my friends took care of me. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and then I'm like, I don't feel so good. And then I walked to the bathroom, but it was like pitch dark. And okay, so my friend has 2 dogs, Kobe and another one. Okay, anyways, but they were sleeping on top of me, right? So I had like an own room to myself. So they were on top of me, so I had to like slide them off slowly. And like I felt bad. I was like, oh, I gotta go bathroom. Like bathroom.
Like what?
Like number 2 type bathroom. So like I ran, but like it was like pitch dark, so I couldn't see anything. So like I did trip. And then I was like, oh, I feel good when I got up. And then that's when the first one came out, the first throw up. I was like, oh.
No.
And then another one came out.
Please don't tell me you did that at the same time. Like,
oh, yeah.
Here and there.
No, it was all here and there. But at least it was on tile, though, so I cleaned it.
Oh,
but I didn't know how bad it was until I went back to the room. I went to bed, and I wake up. I was the first one awake. I'm so happy I was the first one awake. I go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, shit. Because there was, like, throw up on the floor. But I cleaned it up. And I got all the cleaning supplies downstairs, and I cleaned everything. I deep cleaned. That bathroom was better at the end than it was from the start. Before I threw up, obviously. But like I did good a job. You know, I like cleaning. I like cooking. Yeah. So like I helped them out in a way, you know.
Got it.
So like they should thank me for that.
Okay.
I just didn't tell anyone. I'm not gonna tell them, hey, I threw up in your bathroom 7 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no. So that's how it was. That was my experience.
I gotta put explicit on this episode.
Oh yeah. And then like on the drive home, like my friend took me home. And it was like a far drive. It was like a 40-minute drive. So I was like,
wait a minute, where'd you guys go? Hold on, this is like new information
for
me.
He lives in RSM, and we live.
RSM is not that far.
There was traffic. No, there were so many car accidents, and we were on the freeway.
But it was late at night.
No, it was in the morning, the next day, because I slept over.
This happened the next morning?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, no. I threw up in the middle of the night. I went back to bed. I was the first one awake. I woke up at like 6.
Okay.
And then I cleaned everything, and it took me like an hour and a half. But it looked good. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. And then he took me home, and I was like, oh, I feel like shit. So the entire time, all the windows were down. We're listening to mutual music. Okay, so the thing I like about my friends is our music taste. All the same, exact same. So we could put on any song we want, and we all enjoy it. So, okay, so anyways. So okay, so he put on I was like, this is kind of bumping right now. Like the music was good, I ain't gonna lie. But like I felt like shit. So I had all the windows down, the music was full blast, and then I had my water. So I drink like 3 gallons of water every day. And I had like my jug, right? And I had it open the entire time, and I was like, oh, I feel like shit. Because I thought I was gonna throw up again.
Okay, can you stop saying shit?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's the only thing though. Like at least I'm not like cussing out the word.
It's okay.
My bad. Okay, so I felt very bad.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I felt very bad the whole trip. So I thought I was going to throw up either on my friend in the car, but I was just hoping it was either in that water bottle or out the window. But I was hoping it wasn't in the water bottle because I would have had to clean that and that would have been nasty. Or get a new one. I was probably going to get a new one if I did. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
But I got back to the house and I was like, oh, I still feel bad. And then I threw up my last time and I felt amazing after that. I took a 3-hour nap and then I told you. And then you're there for me. And then you took care of me. And you took me to the mall. And we got food. Oh, that food was good. You told me you need some fats. And you need some greasy food. So we got...
carbonation.
I got like a burger, like this big.
Yeah.
I finished that shit fast. I drink so much water. No, but I remember.
Yeah.
As soon as I told you, you're like, here. You gave me banana. You gave me sparkling water. You gave me the Zevias. Those Zevias are good. Okay, so like carbonation and
Yeah, that helps.
carbohydrates. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you helped me, and you're
Yeah.
there for me, and you weren't upset in any way. You were just worried about me.
Yeah, because I just, other things could have happened that night, and I wouldn't have been aware. You slept over your friend's house, so I had no idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only imagine, as a parent, how terrified you would be.
Mm-hmm. I woke up with like 30 blankets on me. All my friends took care of me. And they had like 30 blankets on me, and then I had like 4 ice packs. It felt so good. So like I had to wake up in the middle of the night, take off every blanket one by one, and then the dogs are just right there, so comfortable. And I was like struggling because I was like, should I get up right now? I don't want to disturb the peace.
Okay.
And so they stayed in the exact same spot. So when I came back to the bed, it was like I never left. So it was perfect. And kind of in my way, because of the dogs, it was perfect.
Okay, but like you said,
don't do it again.
Well, I mean, obviously you're underage, so
Yeah, that's an issue too. Yeah, no, it's illegal. Don't be doing it.
Yeah, kids don't do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, like you said, you felt like crap the next day, and
yeah, mentally it drained me.
Yeah, I mean, you are depressed, and I could see it, and I felt it, and I knew that there was something way off. But
my fingers hurt.
Yeah, so I just think that it's important because I didn't grow up with parents where I could go to them and talk to them about anything, right? Mm-hmm. So, for example, my parents had no idea. Like, I wasn't even allowed to talk about boys, right? So
and now every day you're asking me, so what's the tea? Like, tell me about these girls. And there's like nothing to tell because everyone's kind of lame. And
well,
like,
they're kind of copy and paste, it seems like.
For real. No, because that's all it is at my school. Dude, you should see like.
Well, hold on. Let me. I know we're going like here and there, which I love. But what it was saying is that, I grew up with my parents where, like, again, I wasn't able to talk about boys, right? So they didn't know that I was curious about sex, right? So they had no idea that I was having any sort of interactions with any boys. And first time I did the first time, how do I say this like appropriately? First time,
the day you lost it.
I had sex.
And you had me.
I got pregnant with you.
Yeah.
So
and that was like the first time. It wasn't like a day after. It wasn't like a week after, a month. No, it was the first time.
It was the first time.
That must have sucked.
Well, I mean, obviously because you're here, it didn't. But my point is things would have gotten different, which I'm glad it didn't because again, you're here. But there were so many other things that I did that they didn't know about because I didn't have that trust with my parents to be able to talk to them about anything, because if I did, I would get in trouble for even saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing or breathing the wrong way, so my point is that you and I, it took some time, but we had to gain that trust for each other, with each other, to be able to communicate. Right. So you couldn't come to me because in my earlier years of parenting, I would react very scary, and I would yell and scream and get so angry because that's what I watched my mom do, so I had to learn that needs to change. I cannot react that way because my son will be so scared to tell me anything. And your whole life, you've always cared about me and my feelings and how I'm doing to make sure I'm good. You know what I mean? But I couldn't see that in my earlier years. I mean, I had you when I was 18. I was a child. I didn't know anything. So it took a while for me to figure that part out. And then once I figured that part out, you were still traumatized from our past of my reactions. So then it took even more time to gain your trust to be able to, for you to come to me that I'm not going to react and freak out. You know what I mean? So I just think that that is something really important to talk about, or to mention, because that's what I've noticed with all the stories you tell me about all your friends from school. Your friends' parents don't even know their children. They don't know anything about their kids because they don't communicate. They don't know what songs they like. They don't know what movies they're into. They don't know who their favorite, songwriter is. Like, they don't, you know what I mean? So, which is mind blowing, but I understand, like, because that was me. My parents didn't know anything about me. My friends, they didn't know what I was into. They knew some stuff, but
that's stuff they needed to know.
Yeah. Things I thought was okay to share, So, how are we doing on time? 1:30 already. 1:30? Okay. So, anyways, but thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You guys got to see in live action of my reaction, apparently, of new information I just received about some things, but it's okay. This is good. And due to time, I am going to have to wrap up this episode, but I love this, and this is going to be one of many, and I'm really excited. How do you feel about doing the first episode with me?
Oh yeah, it went by fast.
Yeah, it went by so fast, right?
I thought it was going to take like a minute. Like, I thought it was going to be like...
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was gonna be torture. That was just the real thing.
Oh gosh.
No, not like literal torture. Like,
yeah.
Like I thought it was just gonna be like that. I was just gonna be uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to talk about. But like I felt comfortable.
Yeah, it's just us having conversation. And
I just didn't think about the cameras.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
That's all I got to worry about. Because I was just worried about like I don't like being public. So like.
But you know that this is gonna be posted.
Oh no, I'm talking about like I don't go out of my way to go public.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's like, I'm not on socials or anything.
Yeah.
So like I'm not posting everything I do on social media or anything. And I don't like big groups. I have a small group for a reason. I don't like partying. I don't like going out. Like I like worrying about all my own goals first.
Yeah.
Before anything. Because like that's just a waste of time. That's just delaying the real world. Yeah. But also like I didn't look at the cameras once. So I did good. Well,
actually you were deep in thought.
Oh, I went a couple times because like it's right there. No, it was good.
Good. I'm glad you felt comfortable.
Yeah, thank you.
But we'll, of course, my gosh, but we're definitely going to do this more because obviously there's so much more to talk about.
And I can put my hair down too so they can all get jealous of my amazing hair.
Yes, of course. Yes, everyone will be jealous of your amazing hair.
I want to blame them though.
Okay, well, thank you so much, my son, for coming on, and until next time.